Hello humans of the interweb. So something you guys might not know about me is that I'm an avid dreamer. I am excited for my future, all that stuff, but in a more literal sense, I really like dreaming. I feel like I'm kind of in touch with my dreams in a sense that I can remember them and sometimes control them, and when I dream, I usually realize that I'm dreaming. So, I'm going to be reading some excerpts from my dream journal, but not just any excerpts. I'm going to be reading ones that have to do with famous people, celebrities, YouTubers, musicians, you name it, so that you guys can imagine it along with me and hopefully be just a little bit more interesting. Also, I'm wearing a shirt that says Dreamer. I got it from the thrift store, I think it's pretty cool. There's a really good band called Dreamers. If you don't know them, you should definitely listen to them. This is what it looks like. It says, "Only in darkness can you see the stars." Wow, very inspirational. And then I drew this. It says Dreamer. I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so my first dream with a famous person is one with the one and only Brendan Urie, lead singer of Panic! At the Disco, if you don't know. Okay, so I was exploring the woods with my family in an unfamiliar neighborhood, and we can't find a way back home. When I finally get home, Brendan Urie is having a meet and greet in my bedroom. As the photographer is about to take our photo, the camera stops working. So as the photographer tries to fix the camera, Brendan gives me his number and we just take it on his phone. And then he asks me to text him later. Okay, that's a pretty generic one. Let's try to find something else. This next one has to do with American Horror Stories, specifically Evan Peters, Emma Roberts, and Finn Wittrock. I'm sitting on the couch with Evan Peters and Emma Roberts as Evan's assistant explains to me why he married Emma and not me. My sister and I are driving around this random city in a yellow car. I'm dating Dandy Mott from Freak Show. All is well. I look out of the window in my parents' room. He is in the window of the house across from me and motions me to come over. I spend a long time trying to figure out what to wear. When I go outside, he is in the passenger seat of a car and tells me that he's been driving all around looking for me. He then says that he is afraid he must kill me. We get into a knife fight. I win. Cue Lemon to a Knife Fight by the Wombats.
Not getting out of here this time. I brought a lemon to a knife fight.
Alrighty, this one has Hippocampus in it. I am Hippocampus's assistant. All is well. Many adventures take place. They say, quite frankly, they love me. But then, I don't know what time I'll be able to make it to their camp, since I have school that day and live kind of far. I feel really bad and start crying. Jake is there to comfort me. Whistler's low-key shook because, quote, everything about me is perfect. I tell them that my mom might let me skip school altogether. This one has musician Tyler Joseph and 11 from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown. I'm sitting at the dining room table at my grandparents' house with Tyler Joseph, some random girl, and some random guy. Girl number 1 and girl number 2 go outside. I just look across at Tyler and put my head down. Eventually, we decide to put on some music. We go into the living room, and Millie Bobby Brown is there. There's this really cool red lighting, so I take some photos of them. It's extremely late, and he starts to make me laugh. My grandparents ask what we're doing. He just walks away towards the kitchen. One features your favorite alternative e-boy singer, Dominic Harrison, or more commonly known as Youngblood. I'm on stage as the bass player with Youngblood. I don't know any of the notes to the songs. We are dating. We go to a grocery store together after it's closed. I tell him that he needs to nail me shut in a red coffin. Then we spot the store owner. I jump into his arms and we steal some food before we leave. At some point, we face an army of teenage football players. Nice. This one features the 11th Doctor from the best TV show, Doctor Who. Any Whovians out there? Mr. Matt Smith. I'm in a parking deck with Matt Smith. I ask him for the iconic gem of a shirt he's wearing, one with a photo of himself on it. He takes me to school and gets me a venti coffee.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
It all just disappears, doesn't it? Everything you are gone in a moment, like breath on a mirror. But times change, and so must I.
Please don't change.
I get to school and am in a teacher's room. We are reading Stranger Things, chapters 1 through 3. The next day, someone informs me that we had to read 4 for homework. I nearly have a heart attack. Sounds about right. Also, if we could read Stranger Things in school, already we have another one with Evan Peters. For some reason, I was dating Evan Peters, and we were holding hands on our way to meet PewDiePie and his girlfriend. That is random. Suddenly, I was at school and could travel in time. Nobody believed me. I traveled back in time to talk to Hamilton. When I returned to school, everyone thought I was the coolest. Okay, cool. Traveling time. That's on theme for Doctor Who. Another one with Brendan Urie, and this is interesting. The date is just a few weeks before I saw them in concert, so maybe I was just thinking about him, them, the show. I'm walking around a shopping center when a random girl and I meet 21 Pilots. This young blonde girl and her mother then meet Brendan Urie at a gas station. They begin to chat and take a few photos. For some reason, they bring Brendan Urie to an abandoned middle school. Upon exiting the school, Brendan asks the girl where she goes to school now that this one has been shut down. She tells him some sad story about how she has to drive an hour and a half away to some other school. Tears in her eyes, Brendan hugs her. But upon hugging her, she turns into a shriveled up, old, dubby Harry Potter looking thing. Those are some nice adjectives. Also, this part of the dream is kind of weird. Do you guys ever have dreams where you're kind of the third person just watching a scene going on? That happens to me a lot, and I don't know, it's kind of weird, like not being in your own dreams. It's like watching a movie. I don't know. They arrive home, and now I'm also in the picture. There's a giant egg Humpty Dumpty monster that we must fight. He kidnaps the girl. First, Brendan, the mom, and I get into a car that shoots lasers. We're in an epic car chase, and everything is going well. When I see him and try to shoot, my gun has no bullets, and the car runs out of gas. It also turns out that he can never die. We try shoving him down the drain. He turns into a bomb. We go home and try to call 911. That's smart. Calling 911. This next one is very weird because the famous person isn't in my dream. I am the famous person. That's so weird. Have you guys ever done that? Been someone else in your dream? That's so weird. Okay, well, anywho. I am Cornerstone music video Alex Turner. That's the best Alex Turner, okay? Please, insert clip here.
I thought I saw you in the parrot's beak, messing with the smoke alarm with a long way round.
I'm in a giant world that looks like a video game. I'm trying to hide in this primary colored steampunk world because I don't fit in. I see little hamsters working on a road. I crawl into a little bar inside a train car and see old-time photos of myself. That's terrifying. I'm Alex Turner looking at photos of myself. Finally, I get tired of hiding and decide to hop on a wild horse, riding over hundreds of men in jumpsuits. Until the authorities stop me. That's terrifying. This one has William Shakespeare. Everyone was praising me for being the anonymous mastermind behind William Shakespeare's works. However, it was 2019. Therefore, I must have been a time traveler, a time-traveling Shakespearean woman. Let's go. That's cool. Do you guys believe in that theory that Shakespeare didn't write all his stuff? Feel free to debate it down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Alrighty, this one has a couple of people. I'm with a few friends at a convention center / hotel. I stumble across a room and take a seat. Shortly after, Shawn Mendes walks in and his father informs us that he forgot his journal and will have to answer our questions on the spot. A tragedy. Then Sam, Colby, Kian, and JC walk in. Sam and Kian sit on either side of me because we're buds at this point. For some context, they were in a dream of mine the night before, so best buds in dream world. Colby awkwardly stands in the corner. Sam, Kian, and I laugh at Shawn Mendes as he does his thing. Okay, alrighty, this is my last one, and it has Colby Brock again and a lead singer from The Cure, who's I think is named Robert Smith, but I don't know. I'm part of a commune that has a bunch of winding hallways and a tour bus look. I'm walking around with someone, telling her about how I have a crush on Colby Brock. We walk into one of the various doors in the hallway and see none other than the man himself. There's a serial killer who looks like the lead singer of The Cure, and my dad asks me to sleep with the killer's iconic mask on my face so that he'll be scared of me. Wow. Great plan, Dad. But I respond with a hard pass. I'm living my normal life when I realize that I haven't seen my mom in a while. I walk downstairs to her room and call for her. No answer. I crack the door open and see the killer in her room. I know he saw me. I quickly shut the door and lock it from the outside. In shock, I don't know whether to run and scream for help or fight. Fight or flight response. Autonomic nervous system. Thanks, psychology. I try to run up the stairs and move in slow motion. Thank you guys for watching my video. Hopefully you thought it was interesting and not too disturbing. If I have any Freudian psychoanalysts, feel free to leave your analyzations about all my conscious and subconscious thoughts in the comments below. Please actually do. That'd be very interesting. And yeah, if you guys want another dream journal video, I have plenty to give to you. Yeah. And I advise you guys, make your own dream journal. It can be super fun. Bye.
I'm taking over my body, back in control, no more shoddy. I bet a lot of me was lost, T's and crossing I's and dotted. I fought it a lot, and it seems a lot like flesh is all I got. Not anymore, flesh out the door, swat.